And the other thing, just to mention too, just over there you've got the Freemason Fraternal in Diss. A lot of members in there who run the town. Over there they've just done the nunnery. That was John Leader. He was head of crime prevention, another big Mason. Through the trees there you'd have the Conservative Club, which is MP Knobhead Bacon's, SS Bacon. That's his throne room in the Old Boy Rules Conservative Club with all their monster black lies: Palmer, Brown, Wilby, Elliot, Mrs. Reeves, Skelton Road Assassins. And then just over the other side of the mere you've got this council office. So the town is a very tight-knit community. There's one big clique through the community, and this is the problem too. When you've got, you know, your posties and your milkmen and your local community and all their spies and cronies setting you up, cronies I should say, you know, that's the run of the mill. That's in any town. There's gossip and lies and so forth, and family and friends and people thinking they know more than they do and trying to stitch you up. You know, that's normal. Everybody's experienced that. But when as people who are all in positions of power and authority, and they are the ones setting you up, then you've got a problem. Because as I said, the police are masters at changing things. If you say white and they say black, that's black. They have all the bullets, all the silver bullets in your assassination. They call the shots. They're the people in positions of authority. If you say left and they say Steve Wright, that's Steve Wright. If you say east and they say Fred West, that's Fred West. If you say the truth and they say a lie, the lie is meant to be the truth. You know, they're masters at prefabricating evidence, of changing things to fit the hierarchy's agenda. And another point that's worth making too is when the job centre GP, he said, Johnny, things don't stack up. And he said, you know, in this job I have every day I've got people coming here making all kinds of excuses why they can't work. You're coming here saying that you can work, you can do the jobs on standing on your head, but because of all these bogus diagnoses, no one will employ you. Not just bogus diagnoses, but because of all the monster lies too. So he gives me a very good report. Dr. Hume, Mumbling Mary, has now finally admitted, took him less than a minute in our first ever meeting to kick me down the hole and Kitson to bury me under all these bogus diagnoses. But he's now saying, years later, actually Johnny, these diagnoses are wrong. So I'm saying, well, Dr. Hume, it took you less than a minute to kick me down the hole in our first ever meeting in a police cell. Now, after all these years, you're now saying that the diagnosis is wrong, which I've been saying all the way along. But I was told that that's part of my illness to deny the diagnosis. I was told that I had no insight into my illness, that you could all see it, but I couldn't, which again was just a crock of crap. So, and he, as I said, he says, if you make disclosure, the hole will only get deeper. And I said, well, that surely can't get any deeper than what it is. You know, the monster lies in the community on one side of your coin and all these bogus diagnoses on the other side of the coin. And he said, no, believe you me, because he probably had more insight and more knew what was going on at the time than what I did. A lot more was later revealed, especially when Sandringham got mixed into the Black Fix and Norwich. But he said, no, believe you me, the hole can get a lot deeper, a lot darker, a lot blacker. So when I go back I go and consult, you know, confront the experts again. I said, look, my job centre GP is saying that these diagnoses don't stack up. My own GP, Dr. Hume, is now saying that he thinks these diagnoses are wrong. So the experts, again, to cover himself, because they're above reproach, you know, infallible, their diagnosis, you know, cannot be contested in their big pseudoscience. And I mean, there are some very good videos online of loads of people who've been wrongly diagnosed. In fact, when they brought in the New Care in the Community Act in 2008, I said to them, I said, am I going to be forced to attend meetings and take drugs that I don't want and I don't need? and they said no, we're just trying to make sure that people have been diagnosed properly and have, you know, taken the right drugs, because we've found lots of people, there was major flaws in the old system. A lot of people were diagnosed wrongly and they've been forced to take the wrong drugs. So that was from the Healthcare Commission, you know, who I tried to contest, you know, the catch-22 situation I was in. And I mean, after my release, when I was framed and detained, that was under the condition I attended a meeting. I only went to one ever meeting, and funny enough, that was at this Christian Community Church. So I attend this meeting because I have to do that as part of my condition of my official release, and I only attend one meeting. And when I come down the stairs, there's the Roy Lincoln lawyer, Andrew Freeman, and a few others, all with big smirks on their faces, who had sold out an innocent man. They had completely sold me out, which I've covered in other videos. And they think that's all highly amusing that I've been locked up and detained and, you know, got a shed load of bogus diagnosis put on me. So anyhow, I go to the experts, you know, I confront them, you know, with what the GPs are now saying, and the experts turn around and say, well, they're only GPs, they are out of their depth. Now, if a GP is out of their depth, where does that leave you with a job centre advisor or an employee, or just, you know, your local community? And these big monster lies, I mean, obviously the police have nothing on me whatsoever. Sip, zero, silch, a whole lot of nothing. Here's a big monster bluff, a big porcupine lies that have been pushed around this, Norfolk and Suffolk. Simon Bailey and his blonde plainclothes lover, you know, very much in the centre of it all. And they have nothing. All they've got is a big monster bluff that they cannot back up. But they want everyone to believe that this big monster porcupine lie is true. And if you don't believe me, you can ask them. You can call out their monster black bluff. Anyhow, enough said and done. Speak again soon. Bye.